I have Rob Gay with me today, the education manager at the Idaho Museum of Natural History. Rob, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Good, man, good. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being on this call with us today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to be here.
So, Rob, you, like we mentioned, you're the education manager. You're over the, it's the education department of the Idaho Museum of Natural History, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. So, you guys have a big event coming up soon. I mean, you guys have, things going on here and there, but you guys have another big event. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so coming up next weekend is our 5th annual Fall Fossil Fest, and the theme this year is Croc and Roll. We decided on that theme because Idaho has a giant fossil crocodile, a dinosaur-eating crocodile from 100 million years ago, and we are debuting its skull reconstruction for the first time ever to the public at this event.
Awesome. I heard that this is the world premiere, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We're going to have one of the paleontologists who's involved in finding and describing it, Dr. L.J. Krummenacher, here talking about it. And one of the talks, we've got a couple other talks that are happening that are all about crocodiles in Idaho and the animals that lived alongside them during the event, which is October 18th. And then we also have another talk that's happening, sort of a keynote speech ahead of time on the 17th. There's a dinner and a special talk there as well.
Awesome. And I was actually going to ask about that too. So the dinner and the Croc and Roll, the Fossil Fest, who is able to attend those? Is it open to anybody? What is it like?
Yeah, this is an event that's open to the public. We've got stuff for adults and for kids. You can attend a talk with scientists and grad students. You can talk to researchers, or, have your family come and explore some of the hands-on activities and coloring and getting to touch real fossils and 3D replicas of some of the really fragile ones we can't have people touch. So there's really something for everybody here.
That's awesome. So you mentioned that this big crocodile fossil is going to be on display again. So it was on display before, is from what I'm understanding, correct? And it was kind of, I guess, was it changed or was it improved or anything like that? Is that what you guys did?
So we've had a couple pieces of it on display, part of the upper jaw, 2 pieces of the upper jaw on display. But I've spent the last 2 years working on a digital reconstruction of the entire skull. It's related to an animal from Texas, so we have a good idea of what the missing pieces of the skull would look like. But we have a fair number of the original bones of the skull from here in Idaho as well. So we crafted this reconstruction of the skull based on the fossils we have, the fossils from Texas and other crocodiles. And this will be the first time that this skull reconstruction, which is, about a yard long, was going to be displayed to the public.
Wow, the skull itself is a yard long?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big skull.
966 millimeters, if you wanted to get very technical.
Yeah, if you wanted to get exact. Hey, I appreciate it.
It's a big creature for sure.
Mm-hmm. So that, and just I guess a quick question about the skull or about this animal. How long ago did it live here? And it lived in Idaho, correct?
It lived right here in Idaho. Its bones have been found basically from Idaho Falls down almost to Bear Lake in the mountains up there, and it's from rocks that are about 100 million years old, so the Cretaceous period, a little bit before T-Rex and Triceratops, but after things like Stegosaurus and Brontosaurus.
Wow. So that obviously is the main event of this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
What else is going on at this Fossil Fest? What other events are going on? And maybe tell us about the events as well as the exhibits.
Yeah, sure. So we've got a bunch of really cool things that are happening in the museum itself. So we're going to have special tours of our collections area throughout the day, where our curator of paleontology will take folks down and tour them behind the scenes. We're going to have a series of talks, like I mentioned a minute ago, about crocodiles and dinosaurs that lived around these crocodiles and things like that. We're going to have a 3D scanning and printing station that people can learn about all the cool stuff we do, how we're able to make the skull reconstruction. There's going to be a paleontology illustration station, so both young and old can learn how to draw realistic dinosaurs or fun cartoon dinosaurs, depending on what you want. We've got a station that's all about the fossil plants of Idaho. So obviously animals need plants to survive. So we've got our paleobotanist who's going to walk through all of that with people. We've got a section on the oceans of Idaho from the Triassic period, so folks can learn about these giant reptiles that used to swim through the oceans around Bear Lake. Then we're going to have a thing about ancient saber-toothed reptiles, not saber-toothed cats, but saber-toothed reptiles.
Wow. That
people can learn about from Zambia. Some of our researchers here travel to Africa every year and dig up these amazing fossils from before the dinosaurs. And so this is a chance for people to get hands-on with some of these things that are from all the way across the world. It's pretty neat. We're going to have some stuff, obviously, about the crocodile, as I mentioned, but we're also going to have some out-of-state visitors here. The Museum of the Rockies from up in Bozeman is bringing their team down to talk about the cool dinosaur fossils that they have up there that are just after our Idaho fossils in terms of time. Depending on how things are going with government funding, we may even have folks from Hagerman Fossil Beds National Monument and the Forest Service out here. We're also going to have folks from the Utah State University Eastern Prehistoric Museum. So folks can learn about dinosaurs from Utah that are the same age as ours, and that includes some that were featured in the recent BBC series Walking with Dinosaurs. Oh, wow. That'll be pretty fun for folks. And weather dependent, we'll have the ability to have people throwing atlatls, which is an ancient stone-tipped spear, wow, and using a helicoprion, so a buzzsaw shark, guillotine, and throwing axes out on the quad. Obviously, if the weather's bad, we won't be able to throw those things around, but we'll still have stations about that where kids and adults get hands-on with some of these neat things. We also have our mobile museum that's going to be present. So this is the first year with our mobile museum. It's a van that we have that's outfitted like part of our museum that travels around the state. And this is really going to be the first time that local folks will have the chance to step inside this van, because it's been traveling all across the Panhandle and elsewhere in the state, and not really down here in southeast Idaho as much.
Wow. So, yeah, there's quite a bit going on for everybody.
Yeah, we figured it would take, if you wanted to see all of the talks and you wanted to go through all of the stations and spend a little bit of time there, it's probably going to be 4 to 5 hours.
All right.
Each talk
hey,
is
so
about
clear your calendars
40 minutes.
Then.
So, yeah, it's a whole day event. It's going to be great.
That's great. So this Fossil Fest began, I believe this is the 5th year, correct?
Yeah, this is the 5th year we've been doing it. We started out in 21, the first ever, and we've been building it bigger and better every year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what originally inspired you guys to do this?
So I was hired on in 2021, and one of the things that was presented to me was the museum wanting to focus more on our core competencies here. What makes the Idaho Museum of Natural History so special? And one of the things that I said is, obviously, we have all of Idaho's dinosaurs. It's the only place you can go in the state to see all of these things. So we should have some sort of public event that highlights how we have these things and how we here at the museum and at Idaho State University have the expertise. We are the state's experts in these things, and we've got them all hanging out here. So Fall Fossil Fest is a great way for the public to come see how the museum and the university are working together, not just to preserve our awesome state's natural history and dinosaurs, but also how we're really on the cutting edge of a lot of this research into paleontology, not just here with our dinosaurs, but you heard me talk about some of the stuff from the oceans and even, ancient plants and stuff as far away as Zambia. We're on the cutting edge of all of these things.
Yeah, that's pretty far away, I would say.
Yeah.
So in past years that you guys have done this, what has the response been from people? How have people enjoyed it?
People have been really receptive to it. It's got a great mix of things, like I mentioned, for kids and adults. So we see kids running around and trying to get all of the stations done and getting all the little craft things done. But we also have adults coming through and spending a long time talking to some of our graduate students and people that are interested in tech, just really deep diving with our 3D scanning and printing section. So it's been well received. It really does have something for everybody.
That's awesome. And Just a last run through for everyone. Give us real quick when it is, where it is, and any costs associated.
Yeah, sure. So we've got the talk the night before, our keynote talk with Dr. Josh Lively talking about some of those Utah dinosaurs, and he was one of the stars of the BBC's Walking with Dinosaurs. That's going to be October 17th from 6 to about 9 p.m., 6 to 8 p.m., and the cost for that per table per seat is $35. It includes a barbecue dinner. So, if you're hungry and want to get a little sneak preview, we're also going to have a raffle there where folks could win a 3D print of this giant crocodile skull or some of the other 3D printed fossil replicas that we have here at the museum. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, that'd be a great thing to have in your house.
Yeah, can you imagine? You come into your house and there's a giant crocodile skull, or you go into the office and it's right there behind your desk. What is that? We also have a couple smaller ones in case people don't have a space for a meter-long crocodile skull. And then the day of the main event, Fall Fossil Fest itself, it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. here at the Idaho Museum of Natural History on campus here at Idaho State University. Cost is $50 for a family. That's 2 adults and 2 kids. And if you have a larger family than that, obviously we want you to have everyone here, so it's $750 for an additional child. If you're buying a youth on their own, it's a $10 cost, so we want to make sure we're giving a discount for those families. And we've got single adults at $17.50. Anyone 5 and under are free. ISU students are $10, so they get a discount as well, as long as they got their Bengal ID card. Mm-hmm. We're also selling some shirts here for $20 if people want one of our cool design shirts. And also, if folks are members of the Idaho Museum of Natural History, there's a 20% discount. So there's also that fun little way to save a little bit of money on this.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Well, sweet. Anything else that you would add, Rob?
We're just really excited to have this event come out this year. And, 5 years going strong. We're looking forward to the next 5, the next 10, and really excited to showcase this unique fossil from Idaho as our centerpiece here.
That's really cool. This is a cool event. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And Rob, thanks so much for taking time to be on the call and tell us about it today.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out. I'm glad we got a chance to connect on it.